Hi everyone, good evening. How are you doing? Or good day, how are you doing? This is Spirit Guide coming to you, saging a little bit, coming to you to do a reading, of course. How did everybody's 24 hours go? How did everyone's 24 hours go? Did uh did anyone have anything interesting happen? So, thank you so much for your views. And thank you so much for everything you're doing to help grow the community. Energetically, I feel wonderful. And I also feel blessed. So I pass that along to you. Okay. All right. So before we begin our reading, don't forget, if you like what you see, please hit the like button. Okay. Let me know which videos you like to see more of. Right now, I am up to about, I think it's 65 videos. I'm tunneling straight for 100. And once I hit that 100th video, we'll have a little celebration. And then I'm going to start doing more of the videos that have the higher views and that what you like. Some of the videos may actually be pulled back and re-released. I think one or two of them was a little bit above, meaning like the above the time. I just get a sense it wasn't time for that video, for that intuitive message. It was very specific. So I may have to pull it back. Okay. All right. But thank you so much. And again, this is trial and error. Thank you for coming with me on this journey. Thank you for being on this journey. You know, we are in a community together. We are building a community. We are a community strong. So thank you so much for being with me on this journey. Okay. So I'm going to get some divine messages. Okay. And then I am going to, of course, clarify with the oracle. Okay. Clarifying breath. I stopped taking those on camera, but I do them when I'm, of course, meditating. And that's what I do before I come on camera. I just meditate to try to get the energy so I can tap into individuals, the community. Okay. Oh, there's two cards. Okay, I'll take them. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. The first one says burdens. I accept your help. Change me, divine beloved, into one who gratefully receives all help you send. Let me release the useless idea that I must carry the burden alone. Let me trust that you send the right assistance. May I feel worthy and accepted. Burdens. Okay. I accept your help, it says. Okay. So the question I asked in my head, and I didn't get a chance to say it before they fell out, was what does my community need to know? What do we need to embrace? What do we need to work on? Right? So we have accept help, right? Release your burdens. Authenticity, I can be my true self. Change me, divine beloved, into one who has the courage to be my true self. Allow me to honor my sexuality, desires, and need as sacred expressions of your divine love. Okay. This goes with the other reading I just did, the transformation one. This card, I'm going to link these two together. This goes with it. Okay? It's a beautiful card. I can be my true self. And even though I know it says sexuality, and yes, I make all the videos that I think are a little above 18. I block those. I make them above 18, and I do take off all the controls that make them visible to everybody. So I'll be doing that for this one. Um, when I see I can be my true self, I don't only see, like, I see someone who is hiding. You're hiding. Someone in the community, or someone who's hearing this reading, doesn't have to be in the community, doesn't have to be a subscriber. Someone is hiding. And I've been getting this message of hiding. If you look at the other videos, not presenting work, just a lot of hiding going on. I just wonder, I always ask, then what are you afraid of? Like, what are you afraid of? Because there really is a transformation going on with someone who's watching. You have a transformation ahead of you. Um, you know, I don't, I'm not sure what that's about. Only you know if this reading is resonating for you. And your transformation is a burden, meaning it's saying release, not your transformation. The process of your transformation is releasing a burden. Okay, it's releasing the burden that you have been saddled with, right? I'm hearing the burden of um regimen for some reason, right? So you must be a very successful person. I'm not sure. I also, this is such a beautiful card. Like, I'm drawn to it. Authenticity. I almost want to switch the order, but no, because this does make sense. The burden that you have, it's big like an elephant. It's heavy like an elephant. You can never forget it. It's a part of you. It's because you're not being authentic. Divine is calling for you to be authentic. It's time, right? Just like in that transformation video, it's amazing. It's time. It's time. This is now. This is time. And I know for myself, you know, I don't try to share a lot of personal things in the readings because you need to be objective. But I'm being drawn to say this. I look at desires of the intimate kind, because this is YouTube. um, so I'm trying to watch the words. We're a growing channel here. I look at desires of the intimate kind as a person's expression of love, right? Like how you want to be loved, how you want someone else to love and honor you. I never think it's a part of anyone else's business. I never think it is something that, other than the people that are engaged in the intimate act, it really is not anyone else's concern. But with this, that's my personal opinion. But with this reading, I'm being drawn that you really do, it's time. It's time. I gotta get some more on this. It's time. You have to release the burdens. Like, I'm feeling like someone is standing up and kind of has a watch on. It's like it's time. Like it's like you're running out of time, but not saying death. It's like you have to release this burden for you to be happy. Like, if you don't, you won't have the happiness that all of us as humans are striving to have and should and will try to have. Okay. Divine does not want you to be upset. He does not want you to be unfulfilled. That's it. Not upset, unfulfilled. Divine does not want you to be unfulfilled. Saying, please be authentic. Okay. And this is specifically talking about inner desires, sacred expressions, it calls it. Okay. You could also be called to be authentic with sacred desires when it comes to someone else. I'm also getting someone has like a crush, something that surrounds you, and that's not so much what you want, but you want the friendship still. So that's another part of desires and authenticity. Okay. But for this reading, I'm really getting the first one, that this burden has to be lifted. It has to be. It's time. It's time. It has to be lifted. Okay. All right. Let's see some more into this. Can I have some energy, please, on burdens? What about these burdens? Are the burdens? What about the burdens? That's a better question. What about the burdens? Tell me more about the burdens, please. More energy on these burdens that we need to have lifted. Okay. We need to get rid of the idea I must carry these burdens alone, right? What else? What else about these burdens? Please, can I have energy on the burdens? That's a new card for us. I didn't show it to you, sorry. Here you go. Space. And it's all black, right? Space for burdens. So you need space in order to release the burden. You need space to do it. It's not saying isolation. This is not isolation. It's saying, it's kind of like that friend group in that reading. This really feels like the other reading coming out. You need space to release. Space to release. And you need comfort. Yep, that's your friend group. This is the other reading. I'm going to link them together. These are two separate energies right now. Okay. You need space and you need comfort in order for your sweetness to come out. In order to release your burdens, you need this. This is necessary. Give yourself space. Give yourself space. Space meaning, it's drawing me to say, space meaning don't talk about it so much. You know, we all run to our friends and our family and we want to share news, especially when it's something that's on our heart and we feel it's something that we are able to, sorry, just adjusting, that we are able to finally be free about and things of that nature. Sorry, I just did the light. I didn't realize it was like that. I'm hearing you need space. So because you need space, just take some quiet time. Just take some quiet time. You don't go into isolation. It's not saying isolation. You have to still be present in your life, right? We saw that with another reading. Be present in your life, but you need space. You need time and space in this new, in this decision, in this idea, in this life moment that you're having. You need space with it in order for you to feel comfort, right? You have to feel confident. You have to feel comfortable. You have to feel the weight of your decisions. I heard the weight of your decisions. Okay. All right. Is there anything you can give me on space, please? What do you mean by space? Right? You know we need to take some time for ourselves. No isolation. We just need to put space where? Where does space need to go, please? Where does space need to go? Okay. So space needs to happen. Hold on. Here. Space is going to give you comfort and success. Let me ask one more time. May I please have a card about space? Let me ask a better question. How can we achieve space for these burdens? How can we achieve space? How can we achieve space for these burdens? There we go. It was my question. The question wasn't good. Fell right on out. Trust. When I said, how can we achieve space for these burdens? It says trust. So what you have to do is you're not going into isolation. You are trusting whoever is in your circle, whoever you have to first trust yourself. You have to trust yourself in your space. You have to trust yourself when you give yourself space. You have to trust that what you are requiring and asking the universe to help you with this burden is going to bring you comfort and success at the same time. This is not going to be easy because this is different. This is not a road you've traveled. Remember, this reading really does link to the butterfly, the transformation video. This is a road that you possibly should have been on, right? We all have paths and roads in life that we need to go. Okay. We look at Steve Jobs, rest in peace. But look at what he did for technology. Look at what he's done for even information sharing, right? You go to one provider, medical or regular provider, and everyone else has your information, right? um you know he worked to bring people together through his gift, his path of technology. Okay, his burden unfortunately was his health at the time, right? And no one knew that. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, look at Oprah Winfrey, right? She started in Baltimore, and she was a journalist, and then she just branched out on her own and got picked up for a talk show, right? And she was the first African American woman with a primetime talk show. Prime time. It wasn't like, I remember Arsenio Hall. He came on at like midnight, and I was really young, but I couldn't watch him because he came on really late. Oprah never did that. Oprah came on during the day. That was so unheard of, right? Everybody else who was not African American had daytime talk shows. This woman, African American woman, hard hitting questions, investigative journalist from Baltimore, Maryland, got her own show during the daytime. Okay. Her burdens are different. She had family struggles. Okay. So I'm not trying to, um, you know, uh, just pull people out, about their secrets or their problems, meaning Oprah or Steve Jobs. We know what I said is factual. It's proven by records. But what I'm trying to explain to you is, whatever the burden is that you have, we all have burdens. Nobody is without a burden. It's how we choose to acknowledge, deal with, fix, or leave alone our burdens and how that affects us. So for this reading, your burden, please accept help. It says, I accept your help. That's the divine's help, right? Meditate on this. You need space, not isolation. Those are two different things. Okay. I don't want anyone from this section going into isolation. That's not going to be good. Okay. You need space. You need space with your burdens, space from your burdens. Okay. In that space from your burdens, you need to trust. You need to elevate your trust. Trust yourself that you are able to finally confront these burdens and take them on as problems that can be solved, right? That's just what I'm feeling to tell you. These are problems that can be solved. Okay, trust that there is an end to these problems. Okay. You provided comfort. You need to feel comfort. In order to feel this, you have to do this first, and you have to confront your own burdens. Okay. And in the end, of course, you're going to have success from your burdens. Okay. Doesn't mean they won't be there. It just means they're going to be manageable. Because right now, your burdens are just all over the place. They're an elephant. They're heavy. They're constantly on your back. They're getting bigger every day because you're not focused on them. Once you go inside and you focus on them, no isolation. Once when I say no isolation, I mean giving your burden space. It could mean just going to Chick-fil-A and getting an ice cream, what is it called? The Oreo shake, which is my favorite. Getting the Oreo shake with extra whipped cream and walking back to your home, right? That's a way of getting space and not really thinking about your burdens. But if it crosses your mind, come up with an action plan. That's what I want to say. Come up with an action plan for your burdens. Okay? Whenever you get the moment to, come up with the action plan and trust that what you put out in the world, in the universe for that burden, it will come to pass. It will help you with that burden. But you've got to put it out there. You've got to manifest this. This has to come out, and you got to trust that process. For some people, the space might mean getting a therapist. That might be the space. Because some burdens, I don't know what your burdens are. Some people's burdens are too much, and they've been trying to work on them. And maybe divine is set up where someone you met in the store was a therapist. They were a therapist. And now you're friends, and now you want to get some help, okay? Whatever you need to do, please do it. Your burdens are asking for you to do it. And trust me, you are so close. You are so close to ending those burdens, okay? And having your authentic self show, right? Authentically happy, authentically blessed, authentically smiling for no reason, just waking up, the sun is shining so bright in your eyes because everything is open, you're receiving everything. And it's so funny, look at what the bottom of the deck says: disruption. And you know what that's for? That's telling me move on to the next one. Okay. All right, next one is authenticity. What do we need? I said, what do we need? Okay, internally I asked the question. I said, what do we need to be authentic? And the card that came flying out: happiness. We were just talking about that, right? Happiness. Good. What else do we need in order to show or demonstrate our authenticity? What else do we need? Wow. Growth. Okay. And anger. All right. Is there anything else we need to show or demonstrate our authenticity? Let's go. Oh, look at that. Peace. Beautiful. Okay. So it's interesting, of course, we're all going to talk about it, how anger came out. But if you look at all the cards, I'm going to have to work on this angle better for you guys. Okay. If you look at the cards, you see them? I'll hold it for a little bit. Okay. So we have, let me readjust you a little bit. Yeah. I feel like that's not the angle it was. Oh boy, here we go. Me messing with stuff again. Okay. So if you look at the cards, right, on burdens, we have space, comfort, trust, and success. On authenticity, we have happiness, growth, peace, and anger, right? We have, on each side, we have one energy that can be seen as negative, right? We have one energy, but the other three are around it. And you know what? That is, I think that's a perfect combination. Because even though we like to think of everything as happy and rainbows and sunshines, that's not reality, because we are complex and dynamic individuals. We will always have anger somewhere. It'll always be there. But with growth, we're able to temper it. We're able to redirect that. That could be a burden of yours, right? Overly reactive. Maybe you're overly reactive to things, and that's not your authentic self. Sometimes people are overly reactive to things because they are afraid of people finding out something about them. They're afraid people are going to find out they don't know how to do the job. They're afraid somebody's going to find out that they are not able to read. They're afraid somebody's going to find out that they are not, I don't know, that, that they're not a true hair color. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why some women, I think, my opinion, they spend so much because there's something they're covering up, right? They're covering something up. That's where that anger comes from. And that's why sometimes um it you the person comes across as inauthentic because there's something else there that they're covering up, and people of the light are able to see that right away. And I know that's how I am, and that's why a lot of times, unfortunately, um people who are inauthentic or have secrets with themselves, they are drawn to me. I mean, like moths to a flame, drawn to me. But then they're so angry when they get to me because they know I have the um, gift and discernment to see through them. And I see what they're trying to hide. So they want to make sure I don't say anything. So then that anger comes out. I don't like her. Well, you never met her until 2 seconds ago. I don't know. I just don't like her. And that whole thing happens because this is taking over. They haven't gotten here yet. They haven't gotten here. Okay. I mean, and that's just my own story that I added to this to give the example of why anger would be here. Don't think anger, even though it says it. Think covering up. Think that, like covering up, right? This emotion comes out because you're not authentic. Something is hiding still. Something's hiding. So the more I see authentic's energy, your soul wants to be happy. Not saying you're not happy. I'm not saying you're not happy. I'm saying your soul, the inner part of you just wants to be done away with any hidden anger. It's longing to be happy. Carefree. There it is. Carefree. Not happy. Carefree. You have a lot of growth you've done. You've done a lot of work on yourself. Congratulations. You've done some work here. I heard it was difficult. It was difficult. And stop thinking about your age, whoever this is for authenticity. You keep in your head about your age. You're like, I should have already been through this already. Why am I going through this now? I'm too old. I keep hearing that, like you're complaining. This is a path you should have been on. You should have been on it. That's what it's telling me. You should have been on it. But I always believe that we do as we can when we can, right? Maybe it wasn't time. Maybe you'd have been reckless or something if you let this growth happen too early. You're scared now. You're seeking peace. You're seeking peace because you're scared. You're not angry. The anger is covering up whatever this is. You're just scared. That's it. It's all right. It's all right. As you move forward, finding your space, trust the process. Trust it. Don't try to, what do you call it? Not control it. Don't try to second guess the process. Just go through it, whatever the process is. I mean, this could be anything. It could be like you really want to open your own business. and you haven't told anybody, and you're scared, and you don't want to, it's a burden because the job you're on, you really don't like it, and you learned since 2020 you don't have to be there, but the burden is you're hiding that you're still at work and you don't want to be there. Or the burden could be you left work and you didn't tell somebody that you left work already. So it can go many different directions. These are two separate energies. They're not the same energies. In the beginning, burdens was clarifying authenticity for me. So telling me what authentically is the problem. Like what is your lack of authenticity? What is the lack of this causing? It caused the burden. That's all it did. And that's why I separated the energies, and here we go. Okay. So, I just know I really see the wheel of human emotions here. That's all I'm looking at. It's just the wheel of human emotions. Almost every single color in that deck is out here, which is beautiful because I'm looking at it's the human process. We all go through it. I am still going through it. Just because I have gifts, and just because I'm an empath and I'm an intuitive and I can look at people and tell them what they've been through, and just because I can do all of that does not mean that in my own life I can do it. I can't. Remember I told you I can't do it in my life. I do have a knowing about my own life, meaning it could be good or bad. I think my knowing has saved me from a lot of situations that may not have turned out positively, but only because I trusted the process and listened. Okay, we all have that knowing in us. Just some people, it's more pronounced. Okay, but back to your reading. Um, this is beautiful, I think. I really do. I don't see anything negative. I see you've got some areas to work on, but you know what? You're almost there. You have a lot of growth here. Very much. A lot of growth, a lot of growth. Okay, let's get a moon card on it. We are at 31 minutes. I do apologize. That reading was really, really good. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, Moonology, please give me a card so that the community knows as we end this reading that they are loved, of course. No matter who they are, what path they walk in life, no matter what burden they're trying to put down, they are in a community on YouTube that loves them, so they are fine. Okay, please let them know with a card. Give us some inspiration as we close this reading. And congratulations for letting your burdens go and learning to deal with them and to address them as problems that are going to be solved, not any kind of hindrance to your life. They're just problems that are going to be solved. That's it. Okay? All right. Please give me a card. A card for the community, please. I'm going to take a card that I'm drawing to. Go for it. There we go. That goes for both. Go for it. That's it. Go for it. Release those burdens. Become your authentic self. Or just release your burdens and move forward. Just because you release burdens, everybody, don't forget, you may pick up new ones, but guess what? You now trust the process and you know how to confront these burdens and become problem solvers. And authenticity, like it says, go for it. Feel confident stepping into your true self. Okay? Or your higher, that's a better word, your higher self. Because this community is always open. Go-getters, open, loving. But you're not receiving it. You're receiving a manufactured kind of love. That's why you don't feel like your burdens are gone, because you're not asking and you're not receiving the love that you actually want. You're not. Step into it. Step into it. And it doesn't always have to be, I want to just be very clear with this. That's why sometimes I don't read the card, the little sayings on the card. I look at the picture and get the messages from the card and the energy. This does not have to only mean sexuality. It does not. I know the card said it. It doesn't always mean that. It is part of the reading, but it also can be your authentic self. Like, maybe telling someone, a secret that you did not tell them before. It became a burden, right? So release the burden, tell the secret, be authentic. It could be something like, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, thinks, and I'm hearing boyfriend or girlfriend thinks that you are one culture and you're really not, you're another. Um, you know, Being authentic is maybe telling someone that you are in another relationship that they didn't know about, right? And that's a burden. It's a huge burden, right? So that could be something that goes with desires too, sexual desires, right? You're in another relationship. You have to be authentic and tell someone this. Um, yeah, that one I'm seeing clearly. You know, it's just so many different scenarios that it could be. But whatever it is, be authentic and go for it. Go for it. Okay? Put yourself first. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. And thank you for allowing me to read you intuitively and to let you know that everything is going to be okay. All right? Remember, it's just a problem. The burden is a problem that will be solved. Okay? All right. Have a very, very great day. I hope you enjoy your 24 hours. Thank you. Have a good one.